No, Chris Bartle.
Chris Bartle's over here. Bartle, yeah.
Hey,
I was
is he-
just going to say this
is he
happened on
gone?
Dance Weekend.
Dance Weekend is when?
It happened on Dance Weekend, and I had a date. I had a blind date.
Damn.
Brock Holmes' cousin, and I met this girl for the first time at the rector's house, I think. And anyway, whatever happened on that night, she went off to stay where she was going to stay, and then we went over to the back of Memorial Hall and spent the rest of the night carrying this over and setting it up on the lawn till probably maybe 3, 4 in the morning. It was late.
Yeah.
How did you escape the normal protocols around here? You know,
No idea. I mean, we were seniors, so I guess we were there. We were supposed to be keeping track of freshmen in our dormitories.
We were supposed to be in charge and check people in and get them in their beds, and then after that, I don't think people paid attention to us. But that doesn't mean that we were allowed to do this. So
Yeah.
we did. It's
well, who was the
midnight rambling.
Who was kind of the ringleader on this thing?
Well, I remember Guy Nuri was in there.
He was.
That's the name
Charlie
we keep
Reed.
hearing. Yep.
Yeah.
Charlie Reed was in there. He was a roommate of mine,
Which
made our room was a lean presence in our
Oh
room
yeah,
that night.
yeah. You
On the 3rd floor of.
I keep hearing about the secretive nature of this. How did you hide it from the authorities?
It was covered with black velour on the stage at Memorial Hall. We built it on the stage, so it means we weren't doing a play. That would have been early in the year. I can't remember where Dance Weekend was, but there was probably a play planned for later on, and it was covered with theatrical blacks up on the stage. And you know what? I don't think too many
this is
people went in there.
speculation. It's probably just a backwater. Now we had also Bill Abbey, who was a magician.
Right.
He was on our side, and I've talked to a couple of people just recently about how maybe he was actually smoothing the waters or letting people know that we got something interesting going on. Please let him do it.
So there was a little bit of that going on.
No, I don't know. It's speculation. We don't know. But basically, we were really excited by this, and we snuck into Mem Hall and did this work late at night and went home way after hours, and nobody ever knew about it. And then we pulled this off with this amazing event, and
So I've heard about what happened after it got presented. The rector actually responded positively. What was your intention going in, though?
we just wanted to. It was about love. We were. I mean, that was the physical embodiment of what we were hoping to do, which was somewhat ironic, would you say? Because at the school there was a tension between our class and authority. So the love message was a way of saying, what? Make us do things, beat us, we will love. It was a passive resistance. It was how can you fault us for doing this, even though we did it illegally or something like that. Am I going too far with this?
No. I think you have a wonderful imagination.
I
remember was that the year before, the class of 1969, they paved the way to rebellion and revolution.
That's true.
And they butted heads with authority at every step of the way, and it was about parietals and about study hours and about freedom to take more studio art, and everything was on the table.
And that the sixth form at that time, these were people who were more responsible, more mature, more deserving of freedom, and to throw the regulations indiscriminately from 3rd form up to 6th form didn't make sense. So actually we did benefit from the work that they did and beginning to get some autonomy.
Right. Yeah. No. Their work definitely had effect, but Ed Rezor, I remember, was like Abby Hoffman writing letters and
heavy student council.
Yeah. Very
going
lot
on.
of heavy politics and heavy argument and lots of contention. And my memory is that we came in the next year and said, okay, all right, let's calm down. Let's and there was a lot of upheaval in the school, and things were starting to change. Their work was really beginning to affect a huge change. And our 2 coeducational exchanges eventually, which one of them was to happen the next fall, the next winter, did pave the way for coeducation. So there was a lot of the earth was shaking quite a bit, and I think our message was conciliatory, and that there was still a lot of love. This was also during the Vietnam War too, and '69 was a big
Protest.
year.
Right.
Protest, love,
The Yale
love-ins.
campus.
Yeah.
and-
So tell me when the rector responded positively. Do you remember what your reaction was that when a spontaneous mass popped up? What were you guys thinking? Did you hit a home run?
we were pretty pleased that I was dizzy with fatigue, I think, and we had built a platform into the O so that somebody could stand in it and and
Address.
preach if they
Yeah.
wanted. And there had also been, remember Rod Wells was the one who ran that Agape service.
Okay.
And Rod Wells had a friend called, he was British, and he'd come and done Agape services with us when we were in fourth form. And Brock and Charlie, Maury and myself had gone and sung with him. His name was Peter something or other. I'll remember his name.
For the uninitiated, what's an agape service?
Agape is the Greek word for love, and he was very much into a folk liturgy and a folk mass. He was a preacher, and he was British, friends of Rod and Julie Wells, and we were then seniors. So starting 2 years earlier, they had been bringing him over, and he had been doing a really free-form, very non-liturgical service in the school community. I think. Do you remember that? I remember we went down to Marblehead one time and sang in a church in Marblehead. So that there were seeds of the folk mass movement already going on, and what happened that day on the lawn of the chapel was an agape service,
Right.
a la Peter, whatever his name was, with Rod Wells preaching from the center of the O. And I think that Matt Warren was really pleased to see a genuine effort, the student body come forward with such a monumental undertaking, and one that was conciliatory and positive, and he was into love, Matt.
Yeah. Well, what happened here was that we pulled off something that could be seen as an opportunity, and again, how could you get mad at the kids putting 16-foot letters "love" in front of the chapel? And someone who was strict and religious would say this is desecration. What? You can't do that. It wasn't, and it was never meant in any way to be like that.
No.
So I think the fact that it allowed two almost opposites, youth and age, religious and strictness to freedom and love to meet in some way in this event. That I don't know that we planned that. We just had this idea that wouldn't it be cool if we put giant love letters in front of the chapel.
Do you think the effect
it
was
was
long lasting? Did it go past the
Well,
event?
unfortunately, the day
Right.
within, it's like, okay.
This was dance weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
This is all,
And-
still, single
And
gender education.
We had never considered the possibility that if a big wind came along, these things were vulnerable, and so they were destroyed. They were knocked
Yeah.
over, and
A storm
and
came
it
through
was,
the- like
it
the
was,
night
They were
after
there for
dance
one
weekend.
day, and we got. That's why there are no pictures, real picture. We have like one
Yeah.
picture that survived.
No, we got Eagle Heart's video
and
too.
The video is great. Thank God for that, because that really brought us the event. So did it become an enduring event? It was too brief, I guess.
But I'm not
make
sure
a
we ever
splash.
planned it to be. We
No,
were
we
making
didn't plan for anything.
We were making a secular statement, and it was there for the first day of dance weekend, and then it was there for the night of dance weekend, and then on Sunday that service that happened inside it was kind of impromptu. I think that was like, how can we take advantage of this? And I think in a way, Rod Wells, who was sort of the left-wing figurehead within
he was sympathetic to student body.
he saw this as a good opportunity to kind of consecrate the sculpture and bring it into the community. So he gave a service from the center of the O, and it was guitars and music and dancing, and
It's wonderful.
What a great story. Thank you, gentlemen.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. You were awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.